Princess Leonor's arrival in Denmark stuns royal fans from Spain. Spain thought it knew. Denmark thought it was ready. But when Leonor arrived, nothing could prepare them. Gasps, tears, cheers. Princess Leonor's presence stunned even her own people. And in that moment, history bent. 1. The arrival. Her Royal Highness Princess Leonor of Spain, the future queen, stepped into Denmark with elegance, composure, and a quiet strength that left royal fans speechless. This wasn't just an arrival. It was a scene straight out of history, unfolding in real time. The Danish air was crisp, the city alive with expectation, and then she appeared, radiant, calm, yet commanding. Crowds lined the streets. Some had traveled from Spain, carrying flags and banners, their eyes wet with tears. Others were Danes, curious at first, then suddenly swept away by the emotion of the moment. One Spanish woman whispered through sobs, "I left Madrid just to see her. And it was worth every mile." Why such intensity? Because Leonor isn't just a royal figure. She represents the future, a bridge between Spain and Denmark. A young woman stepping into her destiny, under the eyes of two nations and millions watching worldwide. And yet, what truly shocked everyone wasn't just the arrival. It was the way she carried herself. Poised like a queen, human like a daughter, emotional like someone who understands the weight of history resting on her shoulders. Later in this video, you'll hear why this single arrival is being called the most emotional royal moment of the decade. But first, let's rewind. 2. The context of Spain's future queen. Leonor's story didn't begin here, in Denmark. It began the moment she was born, October 31, 2005. From her very first breath, she was destined to one day reign over Spain. King Felipe and Queen Letizia raised her not just as a daughter, but as the heir to centuries of tradition. She was taught languages, history, diplomacy, yet also taught to remain grounded, connected to her people. Her military training at Zaragoza cemented her strength. Fans remember the sight of her in uniform, saluting, enduring harsh conditions, proof that Leonor was not a ceremonial figure, but a prepared leader. And now, after years of preparation, that same Leonor stood in Denmark, no longer just Spain's crown jewel, but a global royal presence. What did this mean? Why Denmark? And why now? Those questions rippled through Spain, through Europe, and through the palace corridors themselves. 3. The fans' reaction. When Leonor waved to the crowd, fans erupted. Some shouted her name. Others held out photographs of her from childhood, hoping she'd see how long they had followed her journey. One Danish father lifted his daughter onto his shoulders. The little girl waved a Spanish flag, shouting, "Viva Leonor." The father later said, "I don't know much about Spanish royalty, but seeing her today, I felt something. My daughter felt something." That's power. And that's the point. Leonor's arrival wasn't about politics. It wasn't about duty alone. It was about connection. Human, emotional, real. But here's where the story deepens. Behind the cheers and applause, behind the waving flags, insiders say that Leonor's visit carried another weight. Private conversations, family ties, and a sense of history in motion. Later in this video, I'll reveal what was said inside the royal residence that has insiders whispering about a new era for Spain and Denmark alike. 4. The symbolism. To the world, it looked simple, a princess visiting another country. But to those who understand monarchy, it was far more. Every gesture, every step, every smile was loaded with meaning. Her presence in Denmark symbolized unity, two royal houses standing not apart, but side by side. It stirred whispers of alliances. It sparked conversations about love, about the bonds that transcend borders, about a future where Spain and Denmark are not just neighbors but family. For Spanish fans, it was a source of pride, their princess standing tall on foreign soil, representing their nation with grace. For Danes, it was an awakening. Suddenly, Princess Leonor wasn't just Spain's future queen. She was part of their story too. And yet, the biggest shock was not in the symbolism. It was in the reaction of her own people, Spanish fans who traveled all the way to Denmark just to witness history. Their faces, their tears, their stunned silence, proof that Leonor had become more than a figurehead. She had become a living legacy. 5. Inside the palace. While fans cheered outside, Leonor was received inside the Danish royal residence. Sources confirm that her welcome was warm, almost familial. Courtiers described the moment as emotional, history-laden, and deeply personal. She was not just a guest. She was treated like someone whose presence carried destiny. One insider revealed, the look in her eyes was different. This wasn't a girl visiting. This was a queen in waiting. And here is where the story leaves us with more questions than answers. Why did she truly come? What conversations unfolded behind those palace walls? And how will this change her journey, not just as a princess, but as the future Queen of Spain? Closing emotional build. As night fell over Copenhagen, the city lights glowed against the palace windows. The cheers outside continued. Spanish fans embraced Danish strangers as if they had known each other forever. A young princess had united them without speaking a single word. And Leonor, quiet, steady, luminous, walked forward into the history she was born to claim. Her arrival stunned royal fans from Spain. Her presence captured Denmark. And her destiny, now clearer than ever, has only just begun. Because if this was the reaction to her arrival, what happens next may leave the world not just speechless but changed forever.